What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a great day because we are back with another YouTube video. A lot of you guys are probably coming from my Instagram or my TikTok, and I've been posting a lot of useful information on there, but most of the time 60 seconds just isn't enough for me to get my point across. So that's why I'm super excited to start putting out some YouTube videos, some longer form content for you guys to really get the information that you need. Today I'm going to do a little sit down video and talk to you guys about patellar tendinopathy or tendonitis, jumper's knee, whatever you guys want to call it, my experience with it, what I've learned about it, and 3 big changes that I made that really made a difference. So you're going to want to stay until the end of the video. But before I start, hit that like button for your boy. It goes a long way. And if you guys are interested in vertical jump training, athletic training in general, then I strongly encourage you to hit that subscribe button because I'm going to start putting out videos really consistently. Let's go. So let's get into my experience with it. The first time that I ever had an experience with jumper's knee or any knee pain at all was back in 2017, my junior year of high school. I had just wrapped up an indoor season for high jump, and I was jumping really well, making some improvement, but there was one week, the last week in specific, where I just jumped way too much. I was super excited going into the spring season, so I was sprinting, I was lifting, I was jumping all at the same time, and that probably really flared up my tendon. Back then, I really didn't know too much about tendinopathy or tendonitis for that matter. Luckily, I had my coach who had dealt with a few of these problems before, so basically I just stopped jumping for a few weeks and really just did some light workouts like some build-up sprints and things like that, and I was able to get back in just a few weeks. Fast forward to 2020 and I was training on Jordan Kilganon's Bounce Kit program. Over the course of a few months, I had made some really solid gains. I'm talking about a couple of inches on my vertical jump. I had finished the program and actually was starting to run into some knee pain because of how often I was jumping. At this point in time, I had learned a lot about training, and I thought that I might be able to diagnose and treat it myself. So what I did was just go on YouTube, look up a bunch of exercises that I really didn't know anything about. I tried them. I probably took off 3 to 4 weeks of jumping, just did these exercises. I was able to come back for maybe 1 to 2 weeks with no pain in jumping, but after that it really just went straight downhill and my knee pain just spiked. It was really disheartening because I had just made a ton of progress. You know, I was on my way to becoming elite, hitting past 40-inch vertical, and I had to pretty much stop it there. So I made probably one of the best decisions I have in a while, and I decided to start training with THP Strength, Isaiah Rivera, and John Evans. My thought process was that it was above my knowledge at that point in time, and that I really just needed to trust the pros, learn from them, and see where I could go. It took a lot of patience and learning from my end, but from July 2020 to September of 2020, I cut out all jumping and just followed my THP Strength programming. There have been short periods where I did have a flare-up in my knee, but for the most part, since starting training with them, I've reversed most of that knee pain and have gotten a shit ton stronger. Fast forward to right now, I am jumping pain-free and on my way back to achieving that 40-inch vertical. But the question you all have on your mind right now is, what did I do to reverse that pain and get back to dunk and jump training? The 3 big changes that I made to reverse that knee pain were 1, undergoing load management training, 2, performing daily isometrics, and 3, having discipline in my training. So first off, what is load management training? If you're training your vertical jump, say you're having a dunk session twice a week and you run into knee pain, this is what you need to do. The first thing is immediately remove that stimulus that's causing your pain, whether that's sprinting or jumping. Then you need to let that tendon recover for a few days just for the pain to subside. After that, you just need to progressively load each facet of your training, lifting, plyometrics, in order to get back to the point where you were before. I would recommend starting off with some slow tempo strength exercises before you get back into training. This can be a Bulgarian split squat, a normal squat, a box squat. This is going to build your tendon's capacity for load without putting impact on it. Also, I would recommend building your hamstring strength just so you can reduce that injury in the future. After this, you need to progress your plyometrics slowly, so starting with something like a depth drop and working your way all the way up to a full effort jump. I would also emphasize doing some core work and upper body work just so you can get more training in without having to put impact on your tendons. I can't go into too much detail, but if you really want to find out more, I would recommend you going and seeking out a coach that could actually program the proper exercises for you. Number 2 is just daily isometrics. Basically, these are holding exercises that are going to stiffen your tendon and build its capacity, again, without having to put impact on it. 2 good examples are leg extensions and 1-leg wall sits. Lastly, I mentioned discipline, and this mainly comes into play when talking about coming back from an injury. The reality is rehabilitation training is just not as fun as normal training. You don't get to jump, you don't get to run most of the time, you don't get to lift heavy, and you usually have to work with an extended warm-up to get ready. It takes a lot of mental strength to hold yourself back and not go for that dunk session, or maybe your friends are going to play basketball and you have to hold yourself back from playing. Honestly, most people just don't have the patience to wait for that, and they end up just running themselves right back into injury. So if you're in this situation, please do your future self a favor and hold back on your training, have that discipline. And that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm glad I got the chance to tell you guys about my experience and help you guys out with a couple of tips. If you guys made it this far in the video, I appreciate you guys tremendously. Comment down below, let's go with a Z, just so I know who made it to the end of the video. If you guys are struggling with knee pain from jumping, or maybe your jump training is just hit a plateau and you don't know where to go from here, you don't know what exercises to do, when to do them, then I've got good news for you, because I'm training athletes just like you online, one-on-one with my personal coaching. It's super affordable. You get 24/7 contact with me. I help you on your lifting, your jump technique, etc. It's honestly just the best way to see real results without having to waste your time watching YouTube videos trying to put the info together for yourself. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description for anyone who's interested or wants more information. And while you're on takeoffathletics.com, considering checking out the Don't Jump Hub t-shirt. This way everybody's gonna respect the drip and respect the bounce. Anyway, that's enough from me. I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. Let's go.